Eric Darling here with Darling Data. You may be noticing that my beard appears to be missing. When I got home from when I got off the plane from Seattle and got home, my face was feeling very scraggly, and so it was probably the wrong time to be doing this. But I tried to shave with my clippers, and about right here, right on the jawbone there, the guard flew off. Well, it kind of like flew this way, and I lost like a big chunk of beard face, and I just said screw it. So might look a little weird to you for a few days, but you know, these things happen. Anyway, we're doing office hours where I answer 5 community submitted questions to the lovely Google spreadsheet that I set up to receive these community submissions, the things that people are dying to hear me talk about. So we're going to do that. Down in the video description, all sorts of helpful links for you to interact with me in a monetary way. You can hire me for consulting, buy my training, become a supporting member of the channel, and then that's about all I require money for. You can also ask me office hours questions for free. That's this thing, and of course you can like, subscribe, and tell a friend. That's also, I mean, that's mostly free. It does require some action on your minor action on your account to like hit a thumb or hit a bell or like hit share or something. I don't know. But it's relatively easy, right? Like relatively free, right? It's not completely, but mostly. If you nothing for me for a little bit. But then March, life seems to pick back up again. You know, baseball is in the air and all that. I'll be at Data Tune in Nashville, March 6th and 7th. And Data Saturday Chicago, March 13th and 14th. I will be doing advanced T-SQL pre-cons at both of those, and as well as regular sessions, but, you know, the pre-cons are the important part, so that's really where you want to focus your time. But with that out of the way, boy, apparently flying for a full day and after speaking for a full week gives you a strange voice concoction there. Anyway, let's go answer some questions. And let's see, what do we got here? Any general thoughts on using indexed views in Enterprise Edition for performance tuning use cases outside of OLAP? Good, bad, evil. Yes, they can be fine. They can be good. It's my general thought. Okay. Is there a performance difference when using union versus union all inside an exists with 2 or more queries? No, there should not be, because the select list would never be deduplicated. The selects inside of exists are not projected anywhere, and so you should not see any performance difference. So if you are seeing one, I would love to see that query plan. All right, let's see here. What do we get? Any tips for making DML faster if all I can do is change the query text? I know the optimize for tricks for changing the shape of plans, but they never seem to make much difference. I don't know. What's slow in your DML? You're going to have to describe which portions of your DML are slow. You see, with DML, there are really, let's just call them 2 cursors in the plan. There is the read cursor, where you are acquiring the data to modify, and then there is the write cursor, in which you are writing the data. So you are going to have to tell me where the query plan is slow if you would like me to give you any hot tips in this area. All right, what's next here? In your opinion, an opinion question. What is the hardest thing for people to grasp about databases? I think the hardest thing to learn in databases is probably isolation levels, because they are There are some strange implementation differences even from vendor to vendor, but even just really getting into all of the sort of crazy edge casey, like highly concurrent stuff that can happen, or rather stuff that can happen under very high concurrency, under these various isolation levels is quite a chore. It is. There's a lot. And some of it is very surprising. So I think isolation levels are probably the hardest. A lot of developers go into the database with perhaps let's see, overly kind expectations about what the database will do when the query gets out there and starts touching data, and there's some nasty surprises in the world. So do be careful out there. We don't want you to be caught uncommitted or something. Even, like it really, like, even just getting developers to understand that like no lock means read uncommitted, and read uncommitted means you have the potential for dirty reads, and that you know returning bad data to people is not a good practice can be difficult sometimes, because they love to what about you on that. They love to just what about you to death, and you're like, but there are better ways of doing this, right? It's like it's a nightmare. All right, hey, ooh, oh, there we go. All right, okay. Seriously, why do you hate logical reads for query tuning? Well, because they are not a durable performance metric. They don't mean anything, right? I mean, I know they mean like 8K pages or whatever, but they don't mean slow, right? Our general goal as performance tuners is to usually reduce some duration of the query, right? Like you might like duration is usually the main thing you want to reduce, right? Like the amount of time it takes from when you push the button to when the query says I'm finished, right? That's usually the thing that people want to reduce and make faster, because then results come back faster, the query's done faster, and people stop yelling at you. There may be other things that you bring down within that, right? Like maybe you tune things in a way where SQL Server no longer requires a parallel plan for the query to be fast, and so the amount of CPU overall might reduce, because you go from having like dot CPUs processing a query to one CPU processing a thing, and it's faster even with that, right? And maybe something like logical reads will go down, but they're like a byproduct, right? Like like just because logical reads go down does not mean a query is getting faster. Just because logical reads go up doesn't mean a query is getting slower. There are all sorts of things to consider when looking at a query plan and sort of understanding where the data is coming from and going to. But for me, it really is just purely about we reduce the duration of a query. That query will probably use less CPU, and everyone will be happy, right? These are the things that matter, especially in the cloud, where people always want to reduce costs and stuff. CPU is the biggest driver of cost in the cloud. So for me, measuring logical reads is just kind of a waste of time, right? It's not a metric that I'm going to use to prove success, and it's not a metric that I'm going to use to like figure out if I'm even doing the right thing. My general goal is to make the query as fast as possible. Logical reads don't help me figure out how fast or slow a query is. And then, there's always other stuff along the way as well. But it's just it's like why bother with it? It's like measuring PLE, right? It's like I'm not gonna look at PLE at any point and like use it as like a benchmark for victory. I'm going to look at weight stats and other things like that that are far more, useful for the type of performance tuning work that I do, right? It's just not what I'm going to use to say, hey, look, I did it, right? It's like, I don't know, what if you cut logical reads in half, but the query's like, I don't know, not faster, right? It's stupid. Stop looking at it. It's like looking at operator costs and other things, just like, whatever. Okay, it's a number there. Right? The query goes faster. That's when people are happy. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I hope you learned something, and I will see you in tomorrow's video where there is a bit obscene three-way thruple video coming up for you, and hopefully you'll enjoy that one. It is a longer episode than usual, but I think it's plenty entertaining. Anyway, thank you.